What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to the Crypto Catch Up. Of course, your number one place to catch up on crypto. Now, today we're going to take a quick look at something that just flipped within the market because it actually is a little bit concerning within the short term, and I think you need to pay close attention to it. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's catch up on crypto. Now, don't forget, guys, Margex did just announce that there's a $500,000 KASPA airdrop happening for its high volume users right now. So if you do want to take part in that, what you're going to need to do is sign up to Margex with the link down in the description below. You don't need to KYC, meaning you don't need to tell them who you are, and you also don't need to use a VPN. Anyone can just sign up and start trading on Margex up to 100x leverage, and they're going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses for being a trader. So of course, $10,000 or up to $10,000 in bonuses, $500,000 KASPA airdrop. Go take advantage of that. Link is in the description below if you want to go ahead and trade over there. It is what I personally trade on, and basically everyone that I know currently. Now, taking a quick look at what is going on in the market, just to refresh where we are, things have been rather boring. Honestly, this is one of the most boring markets that I've been in a while. You know, general downtrend, like kind of slowly going downwards, but it's a gradual downtrend, and those are the worst because they're very boring. You know, if we look at just the last month for Bitcoin, for example, things have just been so annoyingly boring. You know, it's basically in the same place since August 8th. That's about 25, 26 days. I mean, it's just a little ridiculous at this point. You know, there's even that little piece of me that's like, dude, if it's gonna fall, just fall. I don't even care. I just want something to happen. I want something to be excited about to some degree, because it's either the market's gonna pump and I'm gonna be excited, or the market's gonna dump and I'm gonna buy more and that's gonna excite me. So, but at the same time, you know, and you guys always know, in this market, it is extremely important for us to have these moments where this market consolidates, because it allows that volatility to cool down. It allows a lot of the liquidations to cool down. It allows people to just relax. And typically that is for the best, because it's not triggering these crazy emotional decisions that are causing people to lose left and right. And so I know these moments are important, but God, are they just so boring. Now, anywho, so that's kind of where the general market is at. Looking at things from a more of a crypto bubbles perspective, outside of the top 10 a little bit more, you know, on the last day, you can see a little bit of positivity. You know, Flow, JASMY, Aveon, BSV, Ordi, Sui, With, a lot of these doing pretty damn decent, but I mean, still within the last week, still pretty red. Within the last month, a good mixture of red and green. So just not a lot going on in this market. Some green, some red, playing popcorn, being weird. I mean, it's at the end of the day, that's all that's happening. Now, from more of a zoomed out perspective, if we go out to the crypto fear and greed index for our quick update here, what we can see is that we're currently sat at this 26 level. We've been here for a few days now, so people are still rather fearful, even though this market's not very scary to me. I guess some people do expect that this market could pull, you know, Bitcoin could pull back to like $40,000 or $45,000 as a result of some of the news we've gotten recently. That's not all that scary to me personally, and I do think that even if that does happen, that would mark the bottom of this consolidationary trend we've been in, so I would think that'd be a great buying opportunity. But overall, you know, market's pretty fearful. The way in which people are reacting to that, of course, let's go back to visual screen. I like this one a little bit better. In the last 24 hours, you know, a lot of people have been closing down their shorts and entering into long trades, which is crazy because just yesterday they were closing down long trades and entering into short trades. So we can tell that people don't even know what's going on right now. But at the end of the day, if we do look at our RSIs, for example, on a 24-hour basis, these are still sitting rather neutral on the dailies and on the weeklies. And so because of that, this is a rather uncertain market. It is a market where people just don't quite know what's going on. They don't know exactly what to do, and that's why we're seeing people jump all over the place, right? You look at the freaking, you know, the 4-hour right here, we see people starting to close longs, enter on shorts, close their shorts, enter on long. It's just, it's madness. Now, what has flipped though, because something did change. There was something very specific that I've been watching, and we checked it every day, so it's easy to pay attention to, that something did change, okay? And what that's going to actually be is your liquidations. So as many of you do know, over the last few days, we've talked about the fact that on the daily charts, more liquidations would happen to the downside than the upside, and on the 30-day charts, more liquidations would happen to the downside to the upside. But on the 7-day, it was a huge differential. On the 7-day, we saw a ton of liquidations to the upside and not many to the downside. And I said that's a saving grace. You know, in a situation like this, that easily could put us in a spot to where this market can try to continue upwards, to continue on those 7-day liquidations, kind of forgetting about the dailies and the 30 days. But in the last 24 hours, we saw a huge transition, a huge switch, in which we are now almost dead even. We are now almost at a spot in which the same amount of liquidations will happen to the downside as the upside. And don't forget, the way you can identify this is where these red and green lines are. If the red line is above the green line, it means more liquidations will happen if the market goes down than up. If the green line is above the red line, more liquidations will happen if the market goes up than than down. And you guys know, if you've watched the channel before, and again, don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. This is a brand new channel, only a month old currently, and we're sat at 877 subscribers, chasing 1,000 by October. So join the family if you are new. But again, you guys do know this general market will move in the direction of the most liquidations. Wherever you will see the most liquidations, that's where the price is most likely to go. And so in a situation like this, in which now on the 7-day, guys, we're seeing the amount of liquidations to the downside starting to even out to the upside, that's kind of like our last safety net. You know, again, on the dailies, we've been seeing this difference here. On the dailies, we've been seeing more liquidations that'll happen if we pull to the downside. On the 30-day, for like the last 2 or 3 weeks now, more liquidations would have happened to the downside than the upside, but it is rather even. But the 7-day, guys, the 7-day was so disproportionate. The 7-day was way up here for liquidations on the upside, you know, way down here for liquidations to the downside. But now that people are opening up some of these long trades, now we've evened out a bit. And so because of this, what I would actually go ahead and say is that you need to be careful. You know, I've been buying Bitcoin for the last few days, and I am sticking by that, right? From a macro sense, this doesn't really change much. You know, from the grand scope of the next few months, next year, the next 18 months, what's happening on the 7-day liquidation charts doesn't really change anything. But in the shorter term, right, in the next 7 days, the next 10 days, the next couple days, this could put us in a situation in which we could see this market pulling back towards 54,000, 55,000. So as a result of that, although I am going to continue buying because we are in the month of September, which historically is one of the best months to buy ever, and then of course, because of the fact that I still do have conviction that this market will move upwards over the long term, again, I am still going to keep doing some buying, but I am going to slow down on the size of those buys while we are seeing liquidations favoring the side of going towards, of course, $54,000, $55,000, $56,000. And so, of course, because of that, just be a little bit cautious this week. Don't do anything too crazy. I wouldn't be heavily contributing or heavily, you know, kind of going in on long trades right now, because those liquidations are a little bit worrying to me. I think that we might try to go down within them. And although it's not a guarantee, it's just a risk that I don't think is a necessary risk to take, especially if you just are doing some macro dollar cost averaging. You're probably going to have some better luck than trying to go on high conviction 100x leverage plays right now. So overall, I just wanted to update you on that and let you guys know that the liquidations did just flip on the 7-day, and it is extremely important because that was our last little safety net in terms of liquidations, which makes the likelihood or the odds of a pullback to the downside continuing much higher at this given point. So of course, guys, don't forget, we go over all this stuff every single day, keeping a constant update on the market, and that's why we're always caught up on the crypto catch up on this side of town, okay? And so of course, if you guys do enjoy the content, as I mentioned before, this is a brand new channel, my friends. We are only a month old, coming up on 877 subscribers. So if you have been enjoying the content, if you do find it valuable, not only should you smash that like button and drop a subscribe on the channel, but comment down below. You guys know I reply to every single comment. I like having conversations with you guys, getting your feedback and criticism. So let us know what's going on with you down there. One more thing while you are down there, don't forget, of course, to try to get in on that $500,000 KASPA airdrop. That's going to be crazy stuff right there. And of course, I can't wait to catch up with you all next time. Peace out, everybody.